Guys, do you know there is a town in South Africa where you don't find black people? Do you know there is a town in South Africa where they have a different currency aside the one we spend here, aside the rands you and I know? And if I want to ask this question, do you think these people are racist? Do you think it's a racist to know if black people can actually do the same? Can black people come up with the same idea? Guys, this is just so interesting. As a foreigner living in South Africa, this is something I love to do. I love to find out new things. I love to know new things. If this is something you would love to see in this video, please definitely keep on watching. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're very much welcome. My name is Chima and I live here in South Africa, but I'm in Nigeria, yes. And on this channel, I talk about everything concerning my stay here in South Africa, and I put out beauty-related content. Guys, I explore new places and I talk about new things that I've found intriguing here in South Africa. And yeah, if this is something you love to see here on this channel, please stick by, okay? Click on that red subscribe button, like, and join the family. So in today's video, guys, I found out another intriguing fact about South Africa, and I'm here to share with those who do not know, people like me who do not even know something like this ever existed or exists here in South Africa. So recently I found out that there is a small town here in South Africa called Orania. Yes, Orania is a small town here in South Africa. And like, guys, I was just making my little research and I stumbled on this, and I'm like, no, I'm definitely making a video on this. And yeah, I'll be telling you about the facts about this small town. Something that got me fascinating about this place is the fact that only white people exist in this town. And I'm like, really? There's no black, there's no color, there's no, there's just white people basically. And these are Afrikaners. They are Africans, but we call them Afrikaners here in South Africa. And they are the only people who live in this town. This town is very close to the Orange River, like I read when I was doing my research. And it was found by the son-in-law of a former prime minister of South Africa, and that prime minister is one of the, you know, the lead apartheids during the apartheid period. He was one of the lead people who were interested in apartheid. So his son-in-law was the one who established this small town in the year 1991. And guys, something that also fascinated me, or something that made me very interested in this town, is the fact that before you live in this town, you will have to do a lot of things. But before we move into that, let me just brief you a little bit more about this town. So the reason why I also wanted to do this video is the fact that I read and I saw when one of the leaders in the town were being interviewed, and he was like, this town, their primary intention is to reserve their culture. Their primary intention is to separate themselves from the English or the British the colonialism of the British and whatnot. And also the fact that they want to retain their culture and their tradition. The fact that they do not want a place whereby it's just the blacks who do the menial jobs. In this small town, guys, you find out that everybody and anybody will do any kind of job, from the big job to the smaller jobs, where here you find black people do. Those jobs are being done by themselves. In the church, they play their music, they build their houses. You will find a white man mopping the floor. You know, that's their primary aim of coming together as a town. They do not want black people in that place. This town is actually backed by the Constitution of South Africa. They are permitted by the Constitution of South Africa. It's just under their constitution and under the clause that everybody has the right for self-determination and self-reliance. So that's the part of the constitution that is backing them for whatever thing they do in their town. They have the right to do whatever they want to do because they are determined to keep their culture. They are determined to retain their tradition and their culture. So the constitution backs them up. Guys, if you've not heard anything about this town, go read up on it. It's actually very, very intriguing to know that there is a place here in South Africa that black people cannot live. Black people cannot live. If you're a black and you want to live there, or if you're a white person who is not an Afrikaner who wants to live there, you will actually apply and all that. You go through a little bit of process before living in that town. Okay, looking down on my notes, their population is, as at 2004, their population is 92% white people, white South Africans, and they have 1.9% color red, that's people who we call colored, and 0.9% blacks. Is non-existent. Basically, black people are not existent in this place, and I don't think black people would even want to be in that space where let me not go there. The town is actually run by a council, and this council sees to the affairs, the day-to-day activities of this town. You know, they have their own currency, guys. They actually have their own currency in this place. They do not actually use the South African rands. I'm not very sure. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I'm very sure they have their own currency, and they are still South Africans, and they still live in South Africa. And guys, this is just so interesting, knowing the fact that there is a town in South Africa where they have their own different currency, where black people cannot exist, is very, very fascinating. And if I want to ask this question, do you think these people are racist? Do you think it's a racist move? According to the interview I watched concerning this town by the councils, they said this is not a racist move in any way or form, but they want to retain their culture. They want to retain their tradition. They do not want a situation whereby a lot of things will be missed in that town. They want to be involved in their activities, and it is not anything that has to do with racism. And they do not want black people, because mostly when you find black people in the midst of most white people, black people end up doing the menial jobs. So they want to do the menial jobs themselves. They actually want to do even the bigger jobs themselves. They want to do the good jobs themselves. They want to do the menial jobs themselves, thereby helping them stay together, be self-determined, you know, come together as one community, or as one people. Basically, they do not want any interracial kind of things going on in their environment. So that's the reason they gave for not wanting blacks or other white people in their environment. So finally, guys, something I love about this town is the fact that they pride themselves as people who have broken the colonial practices. You know, the colonial practices where British people come and colonize the blacks and all that stuff. They pride themselves as people who no one colonized them. You know, they found themselves and they have their own thing going on for them. Nobody has the right to come and say, oh, we colonized you, you must do this and you must do that. No, they are their own people. And according to them, they said they do not have an intention of having their own country. You know, they do not have that intention of coming up with their own country in future, meaning they are still under South Africa, but they are self-reliant. They do their own thing themselves and all that. So my question for you, my viewers, my question for you is, I want to know, having said everything I've said in this video, knowing the fact that these people do not want black people, I want to know if black people can actually do the same. Can black people come up with the same idea? Can black people come up and say, in this town, in this particular town, we do not want white people, we do not want colored people, we do not want any other race in our space? Can black people actually come up with something like this? This is a question for you and I. Excuse me. That is the main reason why I did that's the main reason why I picked up my camera to do this video. I might not have explained it better. You can do your own research yourself to know more about this beautiful town called Orania. But I just want to know, can black people actually own their own space without the interference of whites, without the interference of any other race? Please leave your comment in the comment section. Let's continue the conversation there. If there's any other thing I need to bring to you concerning this town, I will do that also. I will do that in another video. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Please leave your comment in the comment section if you have more interesting facts about this town. Let's continue it in the comment section. I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye bye.